Hello, current and aspiring authors. Today we're going to talk about Amazon categories because as an author, whether you're self-publishing or traditionally publishing, it's imperative that you understand how they work, how to search through them, and how the rankings are established through the categories that are on Amazon. It's very important to understand this because most of the books today are sold through Amazon. So if you want to be a player on Amazon as you're out there marketing your book and have Amazon's algorithm treat you friendly, then it's a good thing to make sure you have the basic knowledge around how this works. So let's dive right in. So obviously you're going to go to Amazon, and from there you're going to go to the main page. Go click the three bars to the top left and you'll scroll down to books and then click books again. And this is going to bring you to a pretty full page of a lot of different things with deals, the best books of the month, of the year, different picks of type of books, bestsellers. But what the most important thing is, you're going to scroll down from the top past all this stuff to right here where it says department and books. Underneath this, it has all the different types of categories of books. Now, one thing that's interesting is these categories will vary and go further, drill down further, depending on what format the book is in. If it's in a hardcover, paperback, Kindle, ebook form, or audiobook form, or a mass market paperback type of book. So each book format typically gets 3 categories to pick from. So you want to spread those categories. When you're picking your categories, you want to spread those across as many different categories that make sense for your book as possible. So let's say, for example, over here on the left, you're searching through these. Let's say you have some type of self-help book. So now you go in here, it's even further, you see different types of categories. You also see most gifted, recommended for you, other bestsellers. What we're going to focus right here for now is under featured categories. And you can see, do any of these apply to your book? If they do, you can click on it. If not, you can look over here to the left of the screen and you'll see even more categories here. So let's say your book is a self-help book and it's on motivation. So you click here on motivation and you're going to see what are the top rated by ratings and reviews, bestsellers, most gifted, highly rated, and new releases. Now this is a little bit harder of a way to understand how this category works, but what you're going to do is you're going to click into any of these books in this category. So we go here to this Can't Hurt Me book, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds. You're going to scroll down all the way to the product details. Now you're going to see where this book is. You'll see its publisher, other metadata information, and you'll see that the bestsellers rank right here is number 25 in books. That means it's the 25th most purchased book out of all the books on Amazon. It's also the number 2 most purchased book in motivational self-help, personal transformation self-help, and number 3 in success self-help. So let's look at this category, motivation self-help. Now, when you look here, understanding these categories is you click on it and then you see self-help and we're in motivation. Now, if there was a category that even drilled down further under motivation, you would see that on the left here. Now you can go through here and see, okay, which of these books sell the most? And one thing you'll notice is there's all different types of formats mixed in here. This Can't Hurt Me book is in paperback and audio book. You look here, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F is an audiobook as well as hardcover book here. And this goes all the way through the top 50 on page 1, and then you go to page 2 and you'll see the top 100. So each category goes through the top 100 books in each of its categories. Now, even further than this, you look here and you see new releases. If I click on new releases, this is the number. These are the rankings of the new release books in motivation and self-help within this category. Now, a book is only eligible to be in the new release category for any time in the pre-order phase and 6 weeks after the book has been released. So after 6 weeks, these books will drop out of the new release category. And then right here, there's the bestsellers we can go back to. There's the most wished for and gift ideas. For you as an author, you're going to want to pay attention to the bestsellers and the #1 new releases. So now, how do you understand how these books compete with each other? So let's jump here. Let's scroll down a bit and you can see. So number 9, this book by Kevin Hart, It Will All Work Out. This is the Kindle edition of the book. So if we open that up, you'll see here, you'll scroll down and you'll see it's #1 in Motivation Self-Help Kindle store. But you might think, but wait, in the Amazon bestsellers, it was number 9. Okay, so that's really interesting. But that just means that in Amazon, within its Kindle category, has its own rankings, even though the rankings cross over into paperback as well. So let's look at one, and then you can see here, it's number 856 in the Kindle store. So let's go back to here. Let's pick a hardcover book. Okay, Make Your Bed. And then paperback, perfect, this would be great. So you're going to see here, because you might be wondering, oh, the number 12 and number 11 book might be pretty close in rankings, and we'll be able to trade spots with each other quite easily. So we look at this one, Make Your Bed, we scroll down to the product details, and it's number 162 in all books. Okay, that's what we want to pay attention to, is the bestsellers rank here. Now if we jump over to Read Me When You Need Me, we scroll down, and it's number 171. So in terms of competitiveness and the category rankings for Amazon, 171 to 162 could actually be fairly competitive to drop from 171 to 162. It could be a matter of selling several hundred books or maybe even 50 books, but it's going to be a fairly significant amount of books. It's all dynamic. The list rankings are always changing. So let's look at some books a little bit further down the list. Now if we go to page 2, we can see, let's see, there's a lot in the same category. So let's try the 5-second rule. This is a hardcover by Mel Robbins. And then we'll also look at this one, Surf When You Can. All right, so this book is number 2,735 in books. Surf When You Can is number 3,186. So one reason I like to look near the end of the list is to understand how competitive is this category overall. And this is a very competitive category. So if you're a new author and you're wanting to gain some type of #1 new release bestseller badge or get a #1 ranking in a specific category in Amazon, you better have the audience and the numbers that you can push out to back that up, because this is a very competitive category, especially with the #1 spot being #1 and number 25 in all of the books on Amazon. So let's look a little bit further at what there might be if you had a book. Let's say it was more on stress. Okay. Let's look here. Okay. There's some, just because I'm in the industry, I can see what areas might not be as competitive, and this might not be as competitive. So I always like to look at the #1. So let's check this out and see where we are. And remember, we're looking at the #1. So bestsellers ranking number 777. So to get the #1 spot here, that's going to be pretty competitive. Let's jump down to here, paperback, Walking the Tiger. $2,665. This one is still pretty comparative. You got big authors like Ryan Holiday, Dale Carnegie, and if you're not as familiar, one of the best ways to look and see if it's a competitive category right off is look at the number of reviews on these books. These books have pretty high reviews. Now, what's interesting about Amazon in these categories is you're going to have even, you might look at a book and it might be in time management, but then it might be even a subcategory of time management, but it's not even listed on here. So what that means is there's categories that Amazon doesn't even publish. And so your publisher or your consultant, your coach, or with self-publishing, someone will be, if you look for it, someone will be able to help you understand how to drill it down further and find the category where you can compete in and get ranked well in the category. Let's see if we can find something that goes down even further. We already clicked there. Let's try success. Nope. Let's try creativity, communication and social skills, happiness, memory improvement. All right, so this might be an interesting one. This one's going to be probably pretty high because of the number of ratings that it has. 1,078 in all books. You can definitely see that some categories are more competitive than others. So I think overall, the message that you need to understand here is Amazon is a place to play nowadays. And by understanding how to categorize your book and understanding how the rankings are determined, that's going to help you further your knowledge and understanding of what it takes to be a bestseller on Amazon as a new release or in a category overall. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments, what questions you have. I'd be happy to answer those.